Content Heavy Podcast, episode 0.
Welcome.
Got Mike over here. Got myself.
And
got
the dog.
Gigi, the dog. And today we got the book, The Day of the Jackal.
Which you have read or not read.
I have read. I read The Day of the Jackal.
Which I have not read.
You have not read. I
and
read this.
Don't know much about.
I read it over a decade ago. Maybe 20 years ago. Tell me what you know about this book.
What do I know?
Or what do you think? What do
I think? I think it's I want to say it's like a spy something or other. I know it was made into a movie with like Val Kilmer or Bruce Willis or...
Bruce Willis.
Was it Bruce Willis?
It was Bruce Willis.
Shit. Okay. I know it's a show on the Cock coming soon. Or out now.
On the Peacock.
And he's a writer of fiction, and he's got a couple of books that I've heard of the movie equivalent. So that's something.
Well, you've seen The Dogs of War.
For example, I know that the jackal is a canid, native to northern Africa and Eurasia, and that they are a nocturnal animal that hunts in packs.
They hunt in pack. Interesting, because he does in this story not operate in a pack. So
the jackal. Sorry, you've given a lot away there. The jackal is a person.
It is a person
Who hunts.
We'll get into that part.
See,
I
that's
mean, it's
two
kind
spoilers.
of if you look at the top here.
I have a different book than you, though.
do have a different cover.
I have a different cover. I have the same book. I have the same book, but a different cover.
Different cover. Different page count. I'm not going to tell you much more about this book because I actually want you to read it. But I was reading about Frederick Forsyth, who's still alive, 86 years old. He used to jump out of planes.
Oh.
Apparently, he tried to sneak a ride to D-Day, the D-Day invasion, while he was in England. No joke.
What do you mean? Like on the?
He tried to hitch a ride. It says here on an American tank.
How hard did he try?
That's a good question.
I'm trying to do that right now through
that is a good question.
Visualization.
He was a pilot for a while. Apparently, he was an aspiring matador. I don't know what I don't know what it is. That is, he did it or it was just. But he was a fighter pilot in the Royal Air Force. And then he was like, you know what? Journalism. That's what I was made for.
His early career just sounds like me as a 7-year-old playing in my room.
Basically just picking up different G.I. Joes and going, this is what we're going to do. Today, you're the good guy and I'm the bad guy. So we're going to do this homework style where we're going to read some of this book and then we're going to talk about it. And then we're going to watch. There are 2 films.
Oh, shit.
There is a 1970s film, which this mentions.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, he says
who is
he's
the jackal
now,
in that?
now at
Bruce
work
Willis
adapting his novel for the screen. The version I have was copyright 1971. So this is when he was working on the 1970s. Is this copyright? It's when you copyright something? I know. I'm going to play into you. And that's when he was working on the first film. So in the 70s, they made a film called The Day of the Jackal. I don't know how well it was received. I think it's 7-something on IMDb.
That's not bad.
The Day of the Jackal, I believe, is an early 2000s film, or maybe actually late 90s film, starring Bruce Willis and Jack Black. Yep, he's in it. And...
Would you describe this as a thriller or a comedy or a
action film?
An action film.
The book, I would say, is a political / action thriller.
Okay,
for sure.
Yeah, I'm not picturing Jack Black in the version of the movie based on the version of the book.
Well, wait till you see him in the film because that's a whole nother thing. I liked this book. I remember liking it a lot, but we'll go through it again and find out. Obviously, people like it enough to make several films and television shows based on it.
Is there more than one? Is it just the one book? Because they got a couple of movies and now they're stretching it out to a whole.
As far as I know,
series.
it's just the one book, and I'll have to do some more backup some more background research on that.
Okay.
You had an idea for how much homework we should finish that
Yep.
you assigned me the other day, and then I said no.
Yeah.
Do you remember how long that was?
I think it was the first 2 chapters,
2?
which was just like 50 pages in mine. I'm happy to bump that up, but
Let's do the first 5,
5, goddamn.
which is about 100 pages.
Okay.
It's 97 in my book, which I assume is slightly different in yours, but we'll do the first 5 chapters. Because I do kind of want to burn through it because, as you said, the TV show has come out,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to be current.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I've got a couple of fun facts about jackals for you.
I'm super excited.
Okay. Let me get back
Gigi, are you listening? Because
to it here.
These are your
Okay.
ancestors.
Jackals use their tails, that's right, their tails to communicate and are very noisy, howling and yelping.
This one.
That's right.
Also, yeah.
How fast do you think a
yelping.
jackal can run?
23 miles an hour.
40 mph.
Jesus. For how long?
A medium amount. And a female jackal. The jackal in here is a male, right? Played by Bruce Willis.
Is played by Bruce Willis.
A
yes, the
female
main
jackal is
character.
called a she-jackal or vixen.
A shajackal.
A she-jackal. Oh, this one, my last one. This one's really good. You're gonna like this. A single jackal, just one, can drive off a hyena that weighs 8 times as much.
How much does an average jackal weigh?
I thought you'd never ask.
This is really weird because it's an echo in with his headphones on because I don't have it set up properly, and so I hear like you talking into a tunnel about. I'm glad you asked.
Well, there's 3 species of jackals, which actually the other article said 4. So there's some scientific dispute.
There's no consensus on jackals.
We're on the cutting edge.
Of jackal science, jackal research.
But they're about the size of domestic dogs. They can grow to 27 to 33 inches, shoulder to asshole, with a tail length of another 10 inches on top of that. They stand up about 16 inches. Of course, that's 40 centimeters for our friends across the pond.
This sounds like the size of Gigi.
Well, they weigh 11 to 26 lbs or 5 to 12 kilograms.
So this sounds small because Gigi weighs 25 pounds. So Gigi is like a large jackal.
Wow. What's her
23
length?
inches probably. She's almost
Okay.
2 feet long.
Yeah, so they're a little bit longer and a little bit skinnier.
Hear that, Cheech? You could be a jackal.
Oh, she sure as shit can't fight off a hyena, I don't think.
No, my money's on the hyena. Anything else you want to add before we watch some more content that's not jackal related and start reading?
Absolutely not.
All right, you hear it here, folks. I'm going to crawl out from under this microphone to press stop on this laptop that is 5 feet away from me. And I told myself I was going to take my hat off before we started to talk so there wasn't a shadow over my face.
Mhm.
But yet here we are, both with our hats on and
Beheaded.
shadows on our face. That's on me. It's on us.
Well,
Mostly on me.
like our patron once said, you live, you learn.
You win some, you lose some. All right, bye.